Yeah.
So, also at Mars Bar, we're, I can't remember why we're outside. There was a cool gay bar there that was called The Hole, and it was $3 beers in Manhattan, in the East Village. So, we took it over. We gentrified it. We colonized it. And you know who was pissed? Was the fags. Because they had their spot, and they could go and blow each other, and then all these fucking hipsters showed up. And you'd see them scowling at you. They were so mad that we took over their bar. It was such a fun bar, too. It all started with this dude, Spencer Sweeney, who was DJing there, and we'd go to hear his rockin' tunes. And the next thing you know, we had straightified a gay bar.
It's called the Cubby Hole? Is that the full name?
No, it was called The Hole. It was on 2nd and 2nd. It was right next to a phenomenally gay bar called The Urge. And one time, the bathrooms were full because people were doing coke. And I was with Wendy Mullen and some skater guy named Tino, I think. And I said, let's just go piss at the bar next door. And they go, it's like a super duper gay bar. And I go, it's like a super duper gay bar. Come on, faggots.
Right.
So we go in, and I go, let's stick around here for a while. I used to like doing that just to freak out the squares. There was a bar in Montreal called Cox, C-O-X.
Jesus.
And it's a great place to go. Gentlemen at home, I cannot recommend gay bars enough because there's like 4 chicks there. They hang around with whores, right? Women do. So all they hear from their gay friends is, and then I sucked his cock, and then we had an orgy with 7 guys. She starts to feel like a prude because she's only had sex like 100 times. So they're like, they're getting brainwashed by these gays into being bigger sluts. And like, what's the matter with me? I've only had like 1 threesome this year. I should be getting gangbanged like all my gay friends. And she's lonely and bored, and they're out dancing. And gays are kind of sexist in a weird way. My wife's a fag hag, and I'll never forget. She was with Jeremy Scott, the fashion designer, and Pablo, his assistant. And they were posing for a picture, and she was getting in the picture, and he kind of shooed her aside, and he said, "This one's just for the boys, honey."
Oh.
And I thought, there's a weird latent sexism within the gay community. They don't treat their fag hags very well because they have no currency. You know, we treat women well because old ladies have made us, so we hold doors open for them. We're like, thanks for creating Earth. And then when you're single and they're younger, you're like, hope I can fuck you. Here's the door open. Gays don't care about either of those things. It's like, get these bitches out of here. They don't even have decks. So anyway, we go to this bar, The Urge, just to piss. And then I say, let's stick around. And oh my God, I was in over my head. That's the beauty of New York. It'll test you. Like you think you're a good fighter, it'll match you up with a heavyweight like Mike Tyson who will just knock your block off. And you go, wow, I guess I'm not a good fighter. I thought I could handle gay bars till I went to The Urge. Holy shit. It had a circular bar with men dancing on it, just dancing around, but it was New York and it was disgusting and it was not a happy place. There was one dude, a black dude wearing a blonde wig and a strappy dress. He looked like a linebacker. He looked like he lost a bet. He did not look like a lady at all, but you wouldn't laugh at him. He'd kill you. Then there was this Puerto Rican dude. He had white Timberlands on, a white like jock strap kind of thing with his ass out, and a white Yankees hat. And he was like, when you say you fucked your brains out, this guy had his brains fucked out. Like he had no brains. Imagine you look into his eyes and you just saw nothingness. And the way he was dancing was just sort of like, it was like someone had just been shot with a tranquilizer dart. He wasn't dancing. He was stumbling. He's stumbling along the bar and he just looked like a fuck puppet, like just a pathetic, sad human being. And then he looked like a prisoner, actually. And I thought, I'm not used to this. This is not, we're not in Kansas anymore. And then this other guy comes out and he's like a beefy dude he's just covered in hair. He looks like a gorilla, big beard. He looks like a little fucking Nordic man bodybuilder guy. And he's just on a line of coke, clearly, because he's pumped and he's gyrating. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm pretending that I think it's fucking rock and roll. And I put money in his underwear. I pull his waistband out just to freak out my friends. And as I pull his waistband out, by the way, heat is emanating from his balls. Heat that would like burn your fingers. It's an oven in there. And I put the $5 into the fires of his crotch. And you're not supposed to do that. That's like, they don't get money. And, you know, they're poor, junky losers. So I think he thought that I want him now. So he's staring at me as he gyrates. And this is where it gets crazy, folks. I know this is supposed to be a superhero's talk, but I'm having memories. He stares at me. You're going to think this is a lie, but I'm not a liar. I'm too lazy to lie. We're at the other end of the bar. By the way, my 3 friends, Tino and Wendy Mullen and her, whatever Tino's brother's name is, we're all just sort of staring, and it's sort of like Goonies when they go to that mobster's house accidentally and they hear them around upstairs. Like, we were not laughing and high-fiving anymore. We all realized that I was wrong to take us there. And he stares at me now he's on the other end of the bar, right? So we have a bartender in between us. He stares at me and he's dancing. There's a beer bottle in between his feet. And he's wearing like black Speedos, the ones I just touched. Without looking at the bottle that is between his heels, he pulls his underwear over to one side. He's facing me, so I can't see this, but his bare butt cheeks are showing to the other side of the bar. He slowly, without missing a beat, moves his dance lower and lower, like he's doing the limbo. And eventually, his anal lips, without him even looking, wrap around the beer bottle that's sitting there. Then they grip it. Again, all he's doing with his hands is holding his underwear out of the way. And then he picks up the beer bottle with his anus and stands up. That is when you know you're in over your head. It's surprising. This is like early 2000s. New York was still pretty fucking scuzzy. All those bars are gone now. I wonder if the Cock is still on 10th and A. But anyway,